So setup-wise for me, very, very good. What we're looking for is had a nice sort of flat back of the shoulder blades there and the top of the head there. That's going to really get yourself sort of tilting back and forth. So the shoulder's now going to work on an angle like that, which means they're going to rock back and forth, almost like sort of office stress balls, yeah? If you were to be too upright, if this was up here somewhere, and therefore your shoulder line was out here, you're now going to be swinging the club kind of on that arc, okay? We sort of swing like a full shot would expect to do, okay? We're looking to try and get a little bit more of a straighter back, straighter through. Now, as we said, the two things good putters do: strike the ball at the middle of the golf club. It sounds simple enough, but as you can see, it's not the easiest thing to do sometimes, okay? And they roll the ball nicely, okay? Now, if the club face is pointing towards target and it goes towards where the swing the back and through is straight, we're going to get a better roll. If we're spinning the club in here and twisting it or catching the toe of the club, as we'll see, you're going to be, your contact's not going to be as good, the roll's not going to be as good, so judging your distance is going to be very difficult. And what you found then, if we look at the length of this swing on the left-hand one now, you go back quite a long way there. As you come back through now, we catch it off the toe. That wasn't as bad a toe when we had one, I think, where the ball was kind of right on the edge there and stuff. If that was that position there with the two goal balls either side, you'd have made contact with this inside goal and the ball would have pinged off the side there, okay? Now that length of swing, as we said, just created too much power, and the ball, you can see, is weighing off the back of the green there, okay? If we look at this one here now, the length of back, so by putting that golf club down just outside your right foot, now this is going to obviously vary from green to green in terms of the speed, uphill or downhill, but for that sort of length putt there, about 20 foot you had, that club just outside your right foot will be kind of a good marker to sort of show where that club's going back. And you can see here now as the club goes back, it's only going back over that club on the ground, so we're creating the right amount of power. And as we swing through with the two golf balls, we get a good strike of that golf ball, as you can clearly see right in the middle of the club face there, perfect strike, and the ball, as we can see now, rolling up towards the hole, pretty much ending up level with it, about a foot past it, which is great. And we said distance control is always going to be the biggest issue. Okay? I think the one on the side there is probably deflected off, but if we look at the corridor, that's the width of your putt side to side, left to right. But if we go from there into off the back of the green as you were, the depth was a lot greater in terms of being short and long, and that's where most of your three putts are going to come from, okay? So if you hit the ball too far, and again, it kind of comes back to what we say about the long game. You hit the ball a long way and hit the ball with some speed and power. It's can we then sort of bring that back a little bit to hit the ball? Because it sounds daft when you're not looking for distance. Obviously, with the long shots, you can hit the ball too far. Because when you're putting, you can hit the ball way past the hole. Yeah. When you're chipping, you can hit the ball across over the green. So it's understanding if I want to hit a golf ball to here, to here, to here. And some of the games that we actually get people to practice, and you can do this yourself if you wanted to, you sort of start off by the hole there, and you put sort of golf balls down at say 3 foot increments, okay, and just keep them back 3 foot, 6 foot, 9 foot, 12 foot, 15, and have one putt from each spot as you keep going further back, rather than doing the same putt over and over again. And eventually you go, oh, this is how far a 20 foot putt is. Potentially now, if we went back into there, took away the two golf balls on the outside, took away that club, said right, put that ball from that same spot, same distance, maybe a different putt though, to that hole, I would hazard a guess you probably hit the ball too far past that. Just as a guess to start the game, because at the moment you can do it when you've got the aids there, we take the stabilisers off, can it do the same thing? Okay, so a bit of practice with that will obviously be a great help. Okay, like I said, putting practice, we can do that at home, and you can do it any way you like.
In terms of out on the courses,
yeah,
do most of them tend to have reasonably flat greens? I mean, they don't go for these undulating greens.
Most golf courses you're going to play certainly around this part of the world. Celtic Manor, for example, has quite a bit of undulation in their greens. It's Celtic Manor. We have, I suppose, a medium to small amount of terrain. Somewhere like Bridgend will have probably fairly flat greens, and they might have one green where there's a bit of what we call an extra tier, where the green just sort of comes up on another level. But most of the time, the greens are going to be pretty much like that. So if in doubt, unless you see an obvious slope, and obvious slopes pretty much is what they are, you can see them quite comfortably, I would be aiming dead straight. Because the chances are you're not going to start it dead straight anyway. So if you're trying to aim one way or t'other, at least if you aim dead straight, if you push it or pull it to the right or left, at least you're going to move in sort of 2 or 3 feet. You get the pace right, you'll be tapping in from the side 2 or 3 feet away. If you had to aim for a right to lefter, for example, and you aimed over here somewhere and you pushed it, then you're off the golf course miles away. So yeah, always generally aim fairly straight. The key thing with putting is to get your distance control better, and that's going to come from obviously striking it better, using the two golf balls there, okay, and obviously getting yourself in that good setup, which you did in the end there, over the ball there, using your shoulders, because your legs aren't moving at all, are they?
Outside of this facility you've got, we have wood floors, so it's not going to work at all.
Well, the thing is, it's doable, because all you're looking for is a strike and a roll.
So where else can you go around here?
can always practice here if you want to.
Putter.
You can practice here.
No, I
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, where? I mean, Bridgend would have a putting green you could use, obviously, but it'd just be the green you'd probably go on before you go and play a game of golf. So it's kind of that, but it's a bit wet and boggy. This is the only indoor putting green I know of, apart from Celtic Manor, which is a little bit further down Newport way.
How do you book it? You just ring up and book
They just go and use it. It's fine.
Do they?
There's those guys when they're members, they just wander in there. I always say to people, look, my lessons if they're coming down and want to practice, yeah, go and use it. So, I mean, you just kind of, as any putting would be, you work around each other. Okay, if we're in there and you go to one side, they go to one side, you sort of just go where you want. If you go and there's like 10 kids and me and there's a group session, you're probably going to have to struggle a little bit. So, yeah, if you want to just ring up and check if it's busy in there, I'd be able to give you a rough idea, but for the most part, it's going to be empty most of the time. So, okay, good stuff.